With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The ball on the tee, we're set for football. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there. Lawrence Taylor, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Though certainly not the start they were looking for here as they come up on a 3rd and 14.
Switch. 36.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
On 4th down, here's Matt Bosher on to punt. Saquon Barkley deep to return. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. Todd Gurley, wave goodbye. He's at the 30, 10, touchdown, Washington. Todd Gurley, 64 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turning into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, and see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Guys, it's game situation. Let's go. Out, 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 out. Check. Point it right, point it right, point it right. Got it.
This is Cohen. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards there, a first down.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to, but they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run.
Safety's creeping. He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up.
A first down throw for Mayfield. And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. Reggie White on the sack there, showing the explosiveness that led him to the Hall of Fame. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Mayfield down. Ball hit as he throws there, incomplete. He was looking for Andre Reed there, and it'll bring up 3rd down. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on first down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback because that was awfully close.
3rd and long for Mayfield. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick, and they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
A good starting spot for the Redskins as they come up 1st and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. The tank, DeMarcus Lawrence with a sack. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Here's Mahomes to throw. And he's going to go down again.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Gonna need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack for Mahomes and company. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And a big loss here as he's taken down. DeMarcus Lawrence able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Here's Sam Cook now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. 2nd quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's the Redskins in possession of the football. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. Here's Sam Cook now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And he'll try and hurry the kick, gets it away, but it's not looking that great. And that one didn't accomplish a whole lot. It'll be down inside the 35-yard line.
The Tigers take over 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Oh, here we go. Oh. Hey, alert, 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 alert. Check right, check right. Watching your back. Watch your back.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Lawrence Taylor picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long.
Point it right, point it right, point it right. Hey, Alpha.
Let's go, Brandon. Turn it. Get that ball.
Right back.
Now Mayfield. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big play.
Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Adrian Amos with a pick, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, Charles, if you think so far the early part of the preseason, who has stood out? If you take a peek back at the draft, the first round, it was pretty defensively minded, but there were 3 quarterbacks taken. Kyler Murray first, Daniel Jones 6th, Dwayne Haskins 15th. Of those guys, they've looked pretty good.
I agree with you, Brandon. When you talk about those 3 quarterbacks, and you're right, the rest of the draft, we're talking about big linemen, right? We're talking about defensive players, not a lot of skill players in the first round. But let's take the quarterbacks very quickly. Kyler Murray, by acclamation, went to Arizona. Everyone excited about it. And I think his team remains excited about his prospects. They're eager to see him play. He became the starter as soon as he was drafted. Daniel Jones, that was a different situation in New York. The fans weren't real excited about him coming in. But the reason they drafted him, has a similar demeanor and talent to Eli Manning, and he's acquitting himself quite nicely in the early going. And Dwayne Haskins a little more up and down in Washington, but they love the big arm of this guy, and he's back at home. Remember, he grew up in Potomac, Maryland.
Now Mahomes hit. He lost the football. But call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Titans are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over 1st and 10. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. Now a pass that's taken in by Hill, and inside the 20 before he's brought down. A gain of 13, it's a first down. The first red zone opportunity for the Titans. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18.
Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field. Slam.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5.
Well, let's have some fun while we have a minute here. Fantasy drafts are in full swing. I know I've got my family fantasy draft coming up, Charles. Who would be your top 3 picks? I know that you're a noted fantasy football expert, so who would you take?
Well, you've got to start with guys who are going to touch the football and put it in the end zone, right? You got to score points. How about Saquon Barkley with the Giants? You know he's going to run it. He's going to catch it. When they get desperate, they may actually have him return it as well. Alvin Kamara is an absolute matchup nightmare for everyone. And Christian McCaffrey, did he ever come off the field last year? And, you know, this guy, he's a threat to be a 1,000-yard runner and a 1,000-yard receiver, as is Kamara. So this is going to be fun to watch. I can't wait to see those guys do their thing. But there are plenty of other guys out there, too. If Zeke comes along, you got to take him. Melvin Gordon, if they both come to camp, we'll see how that works out. How about Todd Gurley and his health? Because, boy, when he touches the ball, great things usually happen.
And then wondering someone like Le'Veon.
It got his man complete. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown, Washington. Marvin Harrison, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Redskins get the quick strike touchdown. Zerline now for the PAT. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Next to score, Redskins 14, Titans nothing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. George Kittle, the receiver that he was looking for. And that'll bring up second down.
Well, Charles, while we have a moment, you know what we need to do here is give a nod to the new Hall of Famers who were brought into Canton and inducted on August the 3rd. Champ Bailey, Pat Bolin, Gil Brandt, Tony Gonzalez, Ty Law, Kevin Mawai, Ed Reed, and Johnny Robinson, all part of the class.
Fantastic class. When you talk about guys who played at a top level, obviously they're Hall of Famers. But what I found interesting about it is you've got a great pass catcher, the best pass-catching tight end in history, in Tony Gonzalez. How would he like to work against this secondary? Champ Bailey and Ty Law at corner, Ed Reed and Johnny Robinson at safety. Good luck trying to get open against those four.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 40, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. And now he'll turn, and off his back foot, he'll heave this deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Fans do love the long ball, don't they? And he already found his guy once. Tried to give him another chance there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Couldn't connect, but as you alluded to, he does have that touchdown from earlier, trying to keep him in the rhythm. From the gun on third down, Mahomes. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try...
He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number one. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. And just like that, on we head to half number two. The Redskins in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. So a very short kick here. This will be taken by one of the up men.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
At their own 30-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-up.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Marvin Harrison. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Zerline good with a PAT. And it's now 21-0.
21. Titans, nothing.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken near the 13. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
The Titans take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Again, it's Cohen, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Mayfield looks to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a first down.
Alert, 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 alert.
Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And now here's another interception. Darius Slay with a pick. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break, taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Here's a run on first down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
They can't hang with us. Check, check, check.
They try again with Cohen. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. Not the start to the drive they were looking for. That run doesn't do much at all.
No, not at all, and it leaves them with 3rd and long. And you know, this is the time of game where these drives really, really start to matter. They got to make some moves.
Check, 55 to Mike.
King.
Mike 55, Mike 55, Mike 55.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. Now Mayfield lost the football, and the Redskins scoop it. And Allen, does the big boy have the juice? And he gets it back into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery leading to a Washington touchdown. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week, he's smiling.